perfect.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Excuse Me Brother podcast show. I'm your host, Brother Jay. I'm
I mean,
already
you are also a bro.
I
Like,
am.
don't get it twisted.
I am, but I'm a tired bro. So if I slip up a little bit, I'm gonna blame it on fatigue. How you doing
Oh,
today?
I thought you said you were gonna blame it on T. I was like, how do you know that name?
Well, you are Tay, so Tay, kind of the same thing.
that is my college nickname.
They called you that in college.
So yeah, ironically, you know what's funny? The reason that nickname spread was because the first friend I made at college forgot my real name, so he just called me T. And then when I confronted him about it like a year ago, I didn't even confront him. Another friend did. Like, why'd you call him T? I was like, his name starts with a T. He's like, yeah. And then he looked at me. He's like, what's his real name? And he's like, is it not Tyrone? And I was
Wow.
like, wow.
Wow. Just went for the first. Whatever happened to Troy? Why he go for Tyrone? What about Thomas?
He had no idea. He's like, I knew his name started with a T, so I went with T. And then everyone in Lehman just called me T. You would just walk around appearing like, yo, look, there goes T. I'm like, it was good.
I will never ever call you T. Never. Never. Ever. 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 Ever.
It's your
Ever.
choice. Ever.
Yes, I would just probably call you Tay for the rest of my days.
You can do it. I mean, don't bother me, honestly.
The hell was that?
What do you mean? What was what?
You hear this clacking noise.
Don't worry about it.
I'm scared. Nah.
You was talking a lot of shit before this episode started. Just remember that.
You started it, all right?
I ain't started shit.
Yes, you did. You always start. All you do is start shit. That's all you do.
Call me an instigator? You right.
Yeah, that's exactly what you are. You're an instigator. You're come on, give me some more words for instigator.
Nope, not doing it.
Yes. You know what? I got a dictionary in my phone. I can look up more words.
This man's gonna look up dictionary. Let me go to my dictionary. Let me go to my dictionary app real quick. I'm gonna find some more words. I'm gonna get you
to insult you with. That's right. You're come on, give me
That's all, folks.
You're a galvanizer. There you go.
You're a galvanizer. Actually, I've heard that word before, and I actually never looked up the meaning.
Galvanize, like, it's kind of like inspire. You know what I'm saying? Like, galvanize the troops, get them ready for war, whatever.
Oh, like a general.
You're a provoker. There you go.
Provoker is definitely one, depending on the situation. Galvanizer. Galvanizer is more used. I feel like galvanizer would be used more for sports.
Yeah, galvanize the troops.
Like Ray Lewis.
Yeah,
have you ever heard a Ray Lewis speech?
I have.
That'll get you ready to run through a wall.
This man gave a speech at the Pro Bowl. I was like, "Dag, this game doesn't even mean anything," and they already got him.
This is a beautiful time. War. Have you thanked God yet for the ability that He gave you? I'm like, damn, Ray, I have it, but now I feel like I have to now.
Where has he been? We haven't heard from him in ages. Where has he been?
He has a job with ESPN.
ESPN?
He's a sports analyst.
But when's the last time
he was when the NFL ended? That was the last time.
I have not heard anything from him.
That's good.
In a while.
That is good. You need to understand, he's a former NFL player. At this point, anytime I hear anything about NFL players, it has nothing to do with domestic abuse or a murder charge.
Or a drunk driving charge.
Exactly. So the fact you haven't heard anything, and like the last time I saw him was on TV for NFL, like for the Super Bowl, for NFL Live, good. That means he hasn't done anything. He's keeping himself out of trouble.
Oh, he's on Fox Sports 1. Okay.
Look at that, see? Keeping himself out of trouble.
I guess. Speaking of trouble.
Oh, no.
Speaking of trouble. What are we getting into tonight?
Everything.
Everything.
Not anything.
Everything.
That I feel like that's gonna get us in trouble.
Talking about trouble, social media.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. As you know, I despise social media. I hate it. Like with every fiber of my being. I despise it. I hate it. I wish it didn't exist almost. Can we go back to the early 90s when this stuff didn't exist?
No,
Why not?
because I have to have a way to communicate with a lot of friends that I have, and I do not need I refuse to go back to house phones.
Well, don't you have a cell phone?
I do, but that also. Do you think I'm giving out my numbers to people? There's some people I'm trying to know for a reason.
And now you realize why I hate social media. The only reason why I have it is because there are people who I want to keep in contact with, but I don't want to give them my phone number.
Exactly. I abuse this system very well, sir.
How many social media accounts do you have?
I got a Facebook, Instagram. I made a Twitter. I don't know if I don't really use it that much.
Probably don't. If we're
going back to like past, I did have a MySpace for a while. I think I have almost every social media account except like maybe Reddit.
Does Reddit really count? Yeah, it counts.
Some people have Reddit accounts.
What about whatchamacallit? What's this? What's that website? LinkedIn.
I do have a LinkedIn. I've applied to some jobs on that. I've gotten some interviews because of it. It was not worth leaving. It was not worth leaving the job I currently have because they didn't pay as much. But LinkedIn has helped me lead to some jobs, including Indeed. Indeed has helped as well. I'm not going to be mean to it.
I forgot all about Indeed. Yeah, because I tried to get some jobs off of Indeed. Also, I had a couple interviews way back when we were still at Target, but yeah, they didn't pan out very well. Obviously. Oh, so I just looked up what was the very first social media website, and it was called 6degrees.com. 6 Degrees.
6 Degrees.
You ever heard of it?
I have not, but I feel like that was way ahead of my time. And by that, I mean like 5 years.
What year were you born?
5 years after I was born. I'm going to go 1999.
You were close, 97.
That was 2. So that was 3 years after I was born.
You were close. Yes.
Yeah.
Which it says 6 Degrees. The first social media site is born 1997. On one of the first true social media sites, 6degrees.com, you could set up a profile page, create lists of connections, and send messages within networks. Blah. Sounds stupid, but it sounds like something we do every day.
I felt like it led to that. I felt like if you would have asked me, I felt like the first social media thing would have been AIM messaging.
Well, AOL allowed the instant messaging before they separated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AOL let you chat on their website, and then they made the whole AIM thing where you could just, message people without having to actually use the AOL website. Feel me? I was heavy on that. That was, that was early social media for me. Remember Skonex?
A lot of my friends I knew had that.
Skonex?
What? Which one?
Skonex.
I do not know that one.
It was for high school kids, but by the time it became very popular, MySpace was already.
Yeah, because my high school was a MySpace. Like, trying to be in everyone's top 8 and stuff like that.
Right. And then what's his name had that one profile picture?
No, Mike.
I heard that his name? Mike?
Oh no, not Mike. Tom from MySpace.
Yes, Tom from MySpace. Yes.
I always thought he was dead.
He's still alive, isn't he?
I don't know. Don't care to find out, honestly.
He must be. But no, I just remember.
So he must be.
I mean, we would have knew if he was dead.
Trust me. Not true.
Yes, because he's an innovator. He's not quite like what's the lizard man's name? The guy who owns
Mark
Facebook.
Zuckerberg
Yes, Lizard Man.
called
He
him
looks like
Lizard
he looks
Man.
like a lizard. Jesus,
You really
man.
just called him Lizard Man. That is wild.
Does he not look like a lizard?
I mean, it's not up to me to decide what he does look like.
Look,
Honestly, at this point,
just hold up. Hold on a second.
if I have to, are you gonna look up a picture of Mark Zuckerberg?
Yes, he looks
There's
like a
no
lizard.
need. There is no need to look up a picture of Mark Zuckerberg. All
He
you're
has-
doing is adding more nonsense to the video.
He has beady eyes, a long face, a long nose.
Just calling him Lizard Man at this point.
He has a long neck. Is either a lizard or a giraffe? Which one?
It does not matter.
This man looks like he murders children in his spare time.
Jesus Christ.
But
Literally just called this man the Illuminati in a way.
they're all Illuminati. Come on, yo. Did you see the Social Network movie?
Yes.
Illuminati.
Illuminati wasn't even in that movie.
Nobody makes a social media website this big and this massive without some influence from the higher ups, if you will. You know, this episode might get banned just because I said that, which is something that we're gonna get into because I despise how one of the reasons I despise social media as much as I do is because of the constant policing and censorship that they put out on people. You know what I mean? Just because they don't like what you said, oh, that means you shouldn't have a platform. How do you feel about that?
That is a very permanent thing. That's definitely and it's becoming worse. Honestly, I don't really have a thing to say because like it's too much for me to put in words personally. But it's definitely gotten worse as time's going on. Like you have an opinion about anything that goes against like people, they want you to shut up at some point. Like they don't want to hear it. Like, it is so dumb. Like, and it's like I said, it's gotten much worse. If you see in TikTok comments, anything video, anything wise, if you have an opinion questioning anything, they're just like they want you to shut up. I've seen threats of people telling them to kill themselves. It's ridiculous, honestly.
That's wild. They do that on TikTok too. Well,
I've definitely seen some things on TikTok. I don't remember what the video was about, honestly. But like some guy this guy literally came on TikTok and he was like, I don't really his start video was like, I don't understand this fully, but here's like where I'm coming from on a different perspective. And someone made a video telling him to shut the fuck up and that you don't have a right to that, you don't have a right to an opinion.
Well, damn.
And I was like the whole purpose of this video was to try to get perspective. Like he made this video trying to get perspective. When you told him to shut up, he doesn't deserve an opinion. That literally defeats all purpose of anything. Man was trying to learn something and you had to shut him down.
Right. So what are the things that you use social media for?
Me personally, I mostly just use to connect to people and plan out future events, like future plans for the weekends. If I want to see how one person's doing wise, and to help spread business stuff like this, like our podcast is our social media. Our friend who's I have a friend who's trying to do poetry, make a book. I'm trying to help him make a book. I sent him some things.
I actually misheard you for a second. I thought you said your friend was trying to do porn. So I'm like, whoa, time out.
Hold on. If that man wants to make an OnlyFans, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge his OnlyFans needs? Are you judging his OnlyFans right now, homie?
I don't know this man, so I can't.
Are you mad because you can't make an OnlyFans, homie?
Who said I couldn't?
I didn't say you couldn't. I'm just saying, is that why you hating right now?
What do you mean? First of all, who said I was hating? Second of all, What makes you think I
Sounds
can't make an OnlyFans?
sounds like some hate.
Problem with and this thing I have was I hate about social media. Y'all misusing the platforms. Like OnlyFans was, I mean, it wasn't. I don't think they had it in the plans to make it like to have the platform be like an avenue for sex work, but that's what it's basically become.
I'm not
And
gonna lie
it
to you. I
did.
don't know what the original idea for OnlyFans was. I know what
Well,
it
it's
is
just
now, though.
it's for content creators to make content and have people pay for it. You know what I mean? Like videos of things besides sex and titties and ass and things like that.
It sounds like the idea sounds like it would have worked out very well if it wasn't
It,
for other things right now.
right. So, the Insta thoughts and the E thoughts, they use the platform to sell pictures of, themselves when really that's not what it was intended for. And at one point I believe the creators were like, yeah, we're gonna stop all that. But then I think they got pressured into changing their minds because the backlash was so big. It was like, how do you bully a creator of a website into doing what you want? You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Does it make sense? Absolutely
No.
not. But I fully understand what you're talking about. I do remember that because I was making jokes about that when it was about to happen. It was like they were like I remember they're like OnlyFans is getting rid of. It was like the same thing for ooh Tumblr.
Oh yeah, yes. See, yes. They were like, yo, we killing all of that. You know what I mean? We killing all
And
that,
then
and
people
look where Tumblr's at now. Nobody uses it anymore.
people on Tumblr was like, "You wildin', son." This is where I put all my fanfics.
Mm-hmm. See, hold up, check this out. It
If I
says,
have to.
hold on.
Are you looking up the decision from OnlyFans?
Yes. This is from
I
the New
know.
York Times actually too. That's the funny thing. OnlyFans reverses its decision to ban explicit content. Many of the platform stars felt the sting of being turned away by a business they helped build. See, that was the problem, in my opinion. It is hard to overstate the degree to which OnlyFans reversed the general downward trajectory of being an adult entertainment performer. Before the subscription service arrived in 2016, so-called tube sites, video platforms that aggregated stolen pornographic content, disseminated it for free, and sucked up revenue from banner and video ads. Drove many of I think they're talking about Pornhub or whatever. Drove many of the biggest
Probably
studios out of
Pornhub, any other porn websites that I can't think of at the time.
business.
I'm so serious. I can't think of anything right now.
Uh, uh, it says OnlyFans clean, streamlined interface enabled individuals over the age of 18 to sell and buy monthly subscriptions to a feed of images and video too racy for Instagram. There, the power was in the hands of the people making their own work. A creator with a few thousand monthly subscribers could make upwards of $25,000 a month posting content, all while retaining full ownership of those videos and films. So yeah, you pay, which is what I've always been against. I'm not gonna pay to watch to watch a woman strip. I'm not doing it. I'm no. I'm
I
not paying
mean,
for I'm not paying for nudes. I'm not doing that. I won't.
anyone, they're not paying for nudes. As you just said.
Well, that's what they do. Especially, what's that? Do you remember the Cash Me Outside girl?
Yes.
Apparently, well, when she
Oh no,
hit 18,
I heard about her. She made 50 million off of it.
exactly. You know why? Because these freaks waited till she was 18, so that way she could start posting on OnlyFans, and they put all this money in her pocket just watching her play with herself. Isn't that boggles my mind? First of all, why you that's predatory as hell in the first place. Like, bruh, you waited till she was 18 and then you flocked to her OnlyFans. Like she automatically became this magical adult from the last day of her 17th year to now all of a sudden she's a full grown adult. Like as soon as she turns 18,
She was never. She's not an adult.
that is still a child, sir. Freaks.
Isn't the age for consent like 21? To my knowledge,
It depends
or
on the
am I
state.
wrong?
It depends on
Depends on
the
the
state.
state.
In New York, I believe it's 17. The age of consent, I believe, is 17.
New York, get better.
I mean, yeah.
New
Right.
York, I need you to do better this time. You did well. You did well in the past few days, especially with the gun reform laws. I appreciate that. Get better now.
Yeah, that's just OnlyFans. Now, you know, I don't have Instagram. I refuse to download it. I have this.
I know.
I have a very deep hate love or hate relationship with Instagram. I've been on it at least 6 times in my life, and every 6 months when I had it, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna delete this because I'm tired of this. And I remember I was talking to one of my friends, and I was explaining to her why I didn't like it. And I was like, because things that I kept trying to avoid, like the nonsense that goes on social media, it kept finding its way into my news feed. So instead of bitching about it, instead of complaining in the comments of like, oh, why y'all posting this and stuff like that, I just deleted my whole account. I'm like, no, what? Nah, I'm good. I'm good on this.
I mean, I respect it. I definitely, I definitely get a lot of messages on our things. They're like, I don't know who, but someone's been writing on a thing like make Jay get an Instagram. I'm like, my brain goes like, he's a grown man. Like, it's not my job to make him get anything he does not want to get.
I feel like I've seen that before. I think you showed that to me.
I probably did show you because like I was like, do you know who this person is? Who keeps saying that? Because like it wasn't it wasn't the first time I saw it. I wish I could remember the person's name who keeps doing it. But I was like, do you know this person and why they keep like messaging this on us?
Send it to me again when you get a chance.
That means I gotta find it.
Well, it's probably on the page somewhere.
I'm pretty sure it's in one of our comments, posts, and stuff.
What was so you have Twitter, right?
Barely.
Oh, but you have it, but you're not active on it.
No, I'm not active on it at all.
Which one are you the most active on?
Person? Which one am I most active on? Like anything?
Yes.
Definitely Instagram.
Ugh.
But
wow.
That's because like mine's just set up to where like there's like I don't know what nonsense you were following on. Like I will still get some of the other nonsense like most of the things that come up are like just my friends post or like workout posts and things like that. But there are some things that come in like people doing dances and stuff, other girls and stuff, because like a lot of my friends do that. They're like they go on vacations and they'd be like girls trip and I'd be like, all right, good, ignore. I'm like, it's a girls trip. I'm not invited. Why do I care?
Right. And my thing was see, I can go so many different directions with this because okay, so what it was is certain like I follow whatever social media platform I have, I pretty much follow the same people, which are friends that I have or certain coworkers, because they're not going to post the same things on the same platform. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't.
Mm-hmm.
And so some things that you might see on Facebook, you're not going to see on Instagram, vice versa, Snapchat or whatever. They're not going to post all the same things. So if I want to see certain parts of their lives, then I will go to this platform, right? Like, in fact, one of my homegirls explained to me that, like, since she has a lot of family on
Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So, in fact, let me find out exactly what she said.
It's okay. I kind of understand because I'm the same way. I have a lot of family on Facebook, so anything I post, like me going places, like me going to dinners, escape rooms, any activity, I'll only put it on Instagram because I have no family on those,
Mm-hmm.
like none.
So
And
she
that
was
way,
saying,
no one can bother me as well.
right. So she was saying that she had Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
deleted Snapchat so fast.
why? I'm like, why? She was like, first she said she was addicted, right? And she used Twitter to post her rants and stuff. Like she uses Twitter to talk. She said, I use Twitter to talk my shit, right? And then she said Facebook is for her family. And if I go on her Facebook, she posts a lot of classy pictures, like she's out and about and this, that, and the third. She's, or so she'll post some of her accomplishments. And then she was like, Instagram is for the whores. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Mhm.
And I was like, what whores? You got whores in your rotation? She was like, oh, the ones that you're trying to stop. I was like, yeah. She was like, she has no whores. I'm like, you're lying. Everybody has whores. If you have social
Not
media
true.
platform, come on, man. Come on, yo.
Some
That's
people
what.
have no hoes, and it's okay.
It's no. You don't have any hoes.
You're
I don't
right.
have any hoes.
I don't have any hoes. I like
I
it that way.
I agree 100%. I'm with you on that one. But I feel like women have more hoes than they let on social media,
Probably.
and so do guys. They use it for that. You know what I mean? Remember when Instagram first um introduced the direct message feature? That was
Oh man,
that was
I
like
don't
what
remember when it
2013?
came through, but I do remember the first time I had any interaction with it.
I think that was 2013. I remember being in college when it happened,
Like I said, I
and I was
didn't
just
have
like, "Oh,
any.
all these relationships are about to end."
Tell you the truth, I didn't have any interaction with DMs with people going through people's DMs until I was in a relationship.
Right? See, and all I could think of was how many relationships were going to end because someone was going to slide into someone else's DMs. That's where that whole thing started. Slide into DMs. It started because of Instagram.
Oh, I know.
Instagram is dangerous. That's why I'll mess with it. Instagram is dangerous. It's in fact, in my opinion, it's the most dangerous and toxic of all social media platforms.
That's false.
Ooh,
Snapchat.
Snap. Why? Because you
Snapchat's the
can delete
most
the
dangerous
video.
because you have people where you can put things on stories, and you have exclusive stories for people. And then some people you can pay for that kind of led to OnlyFans, and then those messages disappear. Always
It,
remember that.
yeah, but you can save them also.
Some, yeah, you can save some.
You can save the
That
messages.
right there is a relationship ender right there. Especially if they get, and especially when you know someone screenshotted it. Ooh,
Huh. You're right about that. I forgot that you could when you screenshot messages, it tells them that they actually did it. People were trying to find ways around it, but I don't think it ever worked.
never really cared enough. Like I
Huh?
said, I am not on. I got off it. Like I had Snapchat for a while, like when I was working before this job, but I only had it because like they had games on it, so I was playing with my friends. Like I had
They
a
had
snap
games
streak
on
with my
Snapchat.
roommate, huh?
They had games on Snapchat.
Yeah, it was like you can play tic tac toe with some of your friends. They had like a lot of stuff going on with it. And I always
Mm,
remember because like me and my roommate had a snap streak that went on for 35 days.
You're kidding.
Nope, but we weren't roommates at the time. So
Mm,
but we worked together. So like whenever we saw each other, she was like, "Yo, you ain't answer my message yet? Come on, I'm trying to beat you with tic tac toe real quick." I'm
mm,
like, "You losing though?"
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's why I had Snapchat. But like
Mm.
once we stopped playing the games on there and that Snap streak went away, I just realized what Snapchat was really about.
Sending nasty videos.
Uh huh. People sending nasty videos trying to get you caught up in some stuff. And I'm like, oh no, this is not for me.
Definitely. I think uh for me, Snapchat was just a way to make like I used to use Snapchat to post like opinions on videos that I would watch, especially music videos. Because I remember when I first started using it, I was I was working at Target and working like posting stuff that come to find out I shouldn't have been posting, like in the back room and stuff and all that other stuff. Or like I said, people who I didn't want to give my number to or who I didn't want to ask for theirs. I could just talk to them on Snapchat.
Actually, no. Now that you said it, I actually really forgot that we were not supposed to be posting things in the back about Target's back room.
Of course not. And working for the MTA now, I come to find out that there's so many things that I should never post on social media, which is why another reason why I hate it, because you can be used as a weapon against me. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely, it can be used as a weapon against you. Always remember, personally, anything can be used as a weapon against you.
Well, I am a black man in America.
Yeah.
Mm. Uh,
But the fun fact, my coworker did this. Before she accepted her job that we currently work together with, she went on social media and looked up all our supervisors' social media. So she saw our directors like Facebook and Instagram. She saw his Instagram and like his wedding and stuff.
Mm.
And then she saw our other directors like Instagram, what she was doing, like going to the bars at the Yankee games and stuff. I'm like, damn. And my brain was like, you really looked up our supervisor's social media. And she was like, they do it to us. I was like, you are absolutely right.
You are 1,000%, because they definitely look to see who, like, what y'all be posting and whatnot, and they can always come back to bite you. You know what I mean? If I had kids, I don't think I'd let them on social media.
I would, mostly because, like, as a personal thing, like at a certain point, you have to learn. I don't want to. I'm not going to protect them from the world. Like,
you can protect them as much as you can.
No. I'm a firm believer that mistakes help you grow as a person.
They do, but you can still protect them from, especially the predators that be on social media. There be a lot, hella
that I
predators.
can do, yes.
But that's what I mean. Like, protect them from. I don't want them on social media because, I'm trying to protect them from the predators and stuff. Nobody wants. Listen, people hunt for children on social media. They hunt for them. They look for them. They comment on your children's pictures and this other stuff. You know what I mean? And then they try to start. They listen. People are sick. I told you, social media. They use it as a weapon. You know what I mean? They start looking at the locations of these pictures. That way, if they can find where you are and whatnot, they recognize the area. People do stuff like that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I will not say you are wrong in this situation. I am fully aware of the terrible things people do.
What other terrible things do people do on social media?
I don't really know personally. Like I said, I try to stay in my bubble when it comes to social media. Like, I try not, like, I know, and I say that I know a lot of friends who have some other things on social media they probably shouldn't have.
Like what? Give me an example.
No. What my friends have. All right, I'll do you one. A former, I don't know this person gonna listen to this. You know what? A former person I used to work with has an OnlyFans.
Ooh.
And I am in her exclusive close friends on Instagram. So I see, as a person, when you're in someone's close friends on Instagram, you get to see certain things that you probably shouldn't, that they wouldn't want other people to see.
Nice.
And I've definitely seen some preview of this person's OnlyFans content.
Nice. Somewhat. I mean, I don't really care for any of that stuff anyway.
You got yourself caught up.
I don't, but listen, if she shared it with you, then that's on her. You know what I mean?
You do get to pick who you have in your thing.
Well, yeah, that's true. Which goes back to what I was saying earlier, because like I said, I followed a lot of the same peoples, like people I went to school with, people I work with, whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
And some of the stuff that they would post, I wouldn't be too mad about. I mean, it's regular stuff. Like you said, girls trip, I don't care. I'm ignoring that. You know what I mean? Uh, but then they would repost the nonsense. You know what I mean? Like the foolishness that I despise. Like people acting out in the streets, or people use social media to post stink pieces about celebrity gossip, and then the shade room, everybody's reposting shade room, and I'm just like, oh, get me off
I
this,
do know people
please.
who do post shade room.
And I'm just like, no, I'm no, no, and that's what I meant. So I would purposely not follow these pages like shade room or gossip, whatever. Bossip, is bossip a thing?
Boston?
Whatever. Yeah, but like basically nigga babble. You know what I'm saying? Celebrity nigga babble, and
There's something else I know. There's something called niggerations, which is
what?
like one of the most toxic. It's pretty much they just post future quotes and things that sound like things futures would say, and they'll
See,
just be like from the book of niggerations, chapter
see,
8, verse 33.
see, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see any of that on social media. I don't. So but it kept filtering its way into my news feed, and with all the smart, and then the influence. Oh my god! Don't even
All the
put me.
influencers.
Oh my god! Don't get me started on these niggas. No, like these people legit have no talent. They just look pretty, or they look a certain way, or they're wearing a certain thing. And it's like, see, you can be one of us too. No, we cannot. A lot of us cannot. You know what I mean? We don't look like you. And it's always these white influencers. Like, why is it even a thing? Why is social media influencing even a thing? What is that? Bro, what is it? What is influence? Please help me understand. Help me,
I can't
please.
tell you that. I can't tell you because even I don't even know what it is. Like anyone that comes on, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm an influencer." I'm like, I don't know what job
What are
description
you
that is, bro.
influencing? It's like, let me see. Let me look this up.
I've definitely have
Oh,
seen things like that, and my brain goes like, I don't know what that means, man. Like I can't, like I don't know what that means, and I don't really care enough to find out either. Personally, that's what my brain normally
okay.
tells me. They're like, okay,
It
this
says
person does something.
inf- influencer marketing. That's what it is exactly.
So
Influencer marketing, right? It is a form of social media marketing involving endorsements and product placement from influencers, people and organizations who have a purported expert level of knowledge or social influence in their field. What is a social media influencer? A social media influencer is someone who has established credibility in a specific industry, has access to a huge audience, and can persuade others to act based on their recommendations. In fact, influencer marketing is fast evolving to become a key tool in a company's arsenal when done right. So basically, salesmen. That's
okay,
what they are. They're essentially salesmen.
yes,
So if this woman, if this thin white chick from, I don't know, California, wears some Coachella nonsense and posts a page, you know, with her butt in the camera and looking back and saying you can wear this too, maybe that'll get women to buy it. Is that what that is?
my
You can
brain
look
has
like
to say
me.
yes.
Ugh, I'm so I hate this shit. I really do. I'm sick of this. What is an influence? What is an influencer? Before we talk about, damn it, before we talk about social media influencers specifically, it's important to understand what an influencer is in the first place. In a nutshell, an influencer is someone whose opinion is valued in a particular area and who influences people to buy things as a result. So it's all a money grab. You know what? I'm over this shit.
Did you? As you were saying it, I was like, when is he gonna realize that this is just pretty much a money grab?
Some money grab, yo.
And I was like, he just realized it right about now.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, you fought it for a while, and I was like, my brain's like, he's gonna have to find, like, he knows at a certain point that he realizes this is just nonsense, right? Like,
Oh, this is my favorite. They have different types of influencers, right? Popular
okay,
celebrities, world leaders, industry thought lead. This is one of the ones that kills me, right? Especially for B2B brands, business to business brands. Industry experts and thought leaders are an important kind of influencer. Not only do
what
people pay
leaders?
thought leaders, exactly.
I
You know,
like. I don't
they
know
go
why,
to
but I like the name of that.
because they go into these think tanks where they try to get people to come to brainstorm ideas to sell things to people, and mostly us, mostly black people. What will get the niggas to buy this? You know what I mean? They have big giant brainstorm sessions where they come up with marketing strategies and what controversy is gonna drive sales and whatnot. Like, you remember, was it
Said if you bring
H&M?
up Gucci, I will hurt you.
I don't think it was Gucci. I think it was H&M. They had
Ugh.
that black boy in a monkey shirt.
Oh my god, why?
You remember that, right?
I
You remember,
do. That was
you remember,
so dumb.
you remember the outrage? Guess
Yeah.
what? They planned all of that. You know why? You listen, because these thought leaders and these media influencers said, look, if you're gonna sell this monkey shirt, you gotta put a black kid in it because it's gonna make all the black people mad, which will drive the sales up because it'll bring traffic to our website.
It won't, like, if people will come. I don't think a lot of people don't understand that a lot of decisions made really comes from that idea of how do we get people to come to our website?
Exactly. How do we drive traffic to the website?
And like as long as you click on anything about it, that's all they need.
hmm hmm
As long as you click one thing, you're like, okay,
Yeah, because what we did it inadvertently because with throughout all the outrage, we were posting the links and the pictures of the boy in the shirt and all this
and that
other
led to
stuff.
people going to the website.
Exactly. To see if
And
it's real, see what the price was and all. Yeah.
and then
Oh,
while you're there, you're like, oh, and then that you need to understand that's how Target gets its money. That's why I tell that's why I tell everyone when they go shopping at Target, they're like, always remember that like the idea is like they're like, why do they put all this stuff in the back? I'm like, because for you to get your stuff, you have to go through everything. Like if you want to go buy, that's what they told us. They're like, if you want to go buy milk, you have to go through all the aisles, which is like, here's makeup, here's some soap, here's
here's
some things you
yeah,
don't
yep.
think, here's some things you may want. I don't know.
That's what exactly. You know what's crazy? It's because that's what exactly why when you go to Target for one thing, you come out with like 40 things.
Uh,
It's a running joke. You go to Target for one specific thing, but you wind up leaving with a whole bunch of other stuff that you didn't even think about or that you didn't even need because what you were looking for was somewhere else in the store. And now you're seeing all this other stuff. You're like, you know what? I do need a rug for for the kitchen.
yeah, exactly, and that's how they get you.
Exactly. Ugh,
Once they
social
got
media.
you like that, they're like, yes, come buy more stuff, and that's exactly what they want.
Oh, here's my other favorite kind of social media influencer, the Globetrotter. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started on these niggas who seemingly just have all these unlimited funds to go travel everywhere and then post pictures and whatnot. Now, we listen. Remember, we did the show on traveling and how it's important and vital, but a lot of times I think that people just shit on other people when they post stuff of their constant travels because it's like, everybody can't do the same thing that you do.
I mean, absolutely, but that's why they do it. We did have an episode. You're right. I just remember we did. We had a whole episode about like traveling and stuff. Pay no attention to it, but but absolutely, that's what they're like. It's like I got to go here, like, and if you follow these steps like I did, you can also go here. knowing that this trip was not paid, knowing that I paid nothing for this trip, and this company sent me here.
Exactly. The company sent me here. Instagram paid for my flight. They paid for my wardrobe. All I had to do was basically pay for the passport. And people get depressed over stuff like this because, like, dag, I want to do stuff like that, but I can't. Which, again, is another reason why I hate social media, because it depresses people.
That's definitely something that's led to. There's been many studies that it links to depression.
In fact, we talked about that today during our supervisor training. It was like, the world is highly depressed right now because, or that 70% of not Americans, but like 70% of people who work right now have some sort of mental illness because of the pandemic and everything, and we're overworked and overstressed and underpaid, really, and all this other stuff. You know what? Let me look up some statistics real fast. Social media and depression. Social media and mental health. That, I guess, that counts. Scholarly articles for social media and mental health. Here's how social media affects your mental health. Wait, we'll go back. And if you identify with any of these things, please do say so, because I know I probably will.
They're releasing a help, like a hotline for mental health, like 911.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna call it 988.
988.
It gets released July 16th. Well, it'll be in service. The first day is July 18th. July 16th.
Interesting.
Apologies. Yeah. So, if you're ever having, other than calling the suicide prevention hotline, anything else like that, you can call that. You can call that number for quicker assistance. The whole 9 number digits for suicide hotline prevention, which actually might be wrong. It might be 10 digits. Don't quote me on that.
I won't. You don't know what you're talking about.
I do not know the number for suicide prevention. I do apologize, but if you want to know it, go look up a Logic song. That's the title of one of his songs, and that is not a joke. That is serious.
It says social. Oh, this is from the McLean Hospital. Where's McLean Hospital?
McLean Hospital? I don't know.
McLean Hospital. I know it's not in New York, but they did an article on the effects of social media in your mental health. It says social media platform Instagram made headlines last year for suppressing likes in effort to let me try it again. The social media Instagram made headlines last year. The social media platform Instagram made headlines last year for suppressing likes in an effort to curb the comparisons and hurt feelings associated with attaching popularity to sharing content. But do these efforts combat mental health issues?
I do remember that, actually. I do remember that if you like, the numbers no longer showed up on things like that.
I definitely do remember that. It says social media has a reinforcing nature. Using it activates the brain's reward center by releasing dopamine, a feel-good chemical linked to activities such as sex, food, and social interaction. The platforms are designed to be addictive and are associated with anxiety, depression, and even physical ailments. According to the Pew Research Center, 69% of adults and 81% of teens in the U.S. use social media. This puts a large amount of the population at an increased risk of feeling anxious, depressed, or ill over their social media use. But what makes users come back for more, even when it can literally make them feel sick? When the outcome is unpredictable, the behavior is more likely to repeat. That's heavy. Then there's another thing called I'm gonna jump down a little bit. It says to boost self-esteem and feel a sense of belonging in their social circles, people post content with the hope of receiving positive feedback. I want to touch on that real fast because that's an important thing right there. People post things on social media for likes. I don't care what anybody says. If a girl's gonna post a picture in a a short dress and a whatchamacallit. She wants people to like and comment on it. I believe that to the day I die. No one can convince me otherwise. If a
I mean,
dude
that's
posts a
why everyone
picture,
posts anything. Like you
honestly,
don't, you like, you can say you post. Anyone can say like, "Oh, I just posted to get it out there." You posted to get it out there, so people look at it, like it, and share it, and comment on it. Like everybody wants
exactly,
comments and stuff. Like no matter what
exactly.
you say, these are the things you want on them.
You want the attention. You like it. It's just admit it. You like it.
There's
You want
nothing
it and you
wrong
like
with
it.
it.
Well, I won't go that far, but you
It
just
really
admit.
it depends on what you it depends on what you're doing. Like some people post like to post their poetry on it. You want people to see it. You want people to like it. And I, as someone who's done it before, not post poetry, like if I post anything, I am guilty of one of those people who go back to check on it every like 2 hours to see if anyone liked it or anything.
We all do it. We
Yeah,
all do it. We post it so that way people will like it and see and say, "Oh, this person is, such and such. This person is so profound." Or if, like I said, if it's a girl who's posting something that she's wearing, she wants people to say, "Oh, you look nice." Don't give me that. Oh, I posted for myself. No, I said no. You posted it for us. You wanted us to see it. Just say it. The sooner we can all admit it that
a
we're all
video
stuck,
about that. There was like
huh?
there was a video. This guy was asking. He's like, "Why would you post like thirst trap comments?" She's like, "I do it for myself." He's like,
No, you
"Why
don't.
not just make like? Why not just save it? Like you have a phone log, just save it." So it is like don't get me wrong, because like I don't want this to lead to anything else. It is everyone's up to discretion for stuff. But the other person was like, "You can post it. Why not just private it though? Like put it on your
Right.
close friend stories."
Or if you want specific people to see it, then you can post who you want to see it. You could do that with Facebook. Like if you want to post a status and limit it to certain people, you can post it. You can do that. You can limit your statuses to certain people. You know what I mean? But if you just posting it for your entire friends list to see, you obviously want people to see it. You want, so who are you trying to convince? You trying to convince yourself, or you trying to convince the world that you're happy? Like who you like? Come on, yo. Come on. This is the problem that I have. This is it. Why are you lying to yourself? If you lie to yourself, don't lie to us. You know what I mean? Don't lie to us. Don't lie to us to make yourself look good. I hate that shit. Back to the article.
Okay,
Uh, okay.
good argument.
To boost self-esteem and feel a sense of belonging in their social circles, people post content with the hope of receiving positive feedback. Couple that content with the structure of potential future reward, and you get a recipe for constantly checking platforms. Like you said, we always go back and look at it to see the engagement. That's what it's called, the engagement on your posts. You know what I mean? And this is something that I noticed that LinkedIn does also. Like if you post something, um you can see like it'll have like little analytics beneath to see, oh, this your post has this many views or this many people interacted with your post. Like I don't need to know. I kind of don't want to know that, but I yes and no. You know what I mean? I want to know
Your
what.
brain goes like, "I don't need to know that, but I'm really glad that you told me because I wanted to know it."
Right. There you go. It's like it's a contradictory thing, in my opinion.
Absolutely, because your brain, it's what it says. It's a dopamine. Like I don't like your brain. Like you shouldn't need to want to know it, but like it definitely gives you a sort of satisfaction to know it. You're like, oh my god, like 10 people, like especially like I remember a whole thing now. I don't remember the video, but like women would post stuff and it would get to like 100 likes, and like they'd be like, only 100 likes. I'm going to delete it. Some guy posts stuff, it gets 15 likes. He has a whole party about it. He's like, yo, this post got 15 likes, bro. I made the double digits.
Word. Word. Um. Then it says when reviewing others' social media activity, people tend to make comparisons such as, did I get as many likes as someone else? Or why didn't this person like my post but this other person did? They're searching for
Oh my
validation
god,
on the
that just
internet.
that leads to friendship problems.
Hmm.
You're
They're
like,
searching
yo,
for
you
yep.
you did. I saw you like Tam. I saw you like Jason post, but you didn't like mine. What's going on here, bro?
Right.
I thought we was friends.
Hmm. And then it says they're searching for validation on the internet that serves as a replacement for meaningful connection they might otherwise make in real life. Then one more thing, FOMO, or
One
fear of
more
missing
thing.
out. Fear of missing out also plays a role. If everyone else is using social media sites and if someone doesn't join in, there's concern that they'll miss jokes, connections, or invitations. Missing experiences can create anxiety and depression. When people look online and see they're excluded from an activity, it can affect thoughts and feelings and can affect them physically. Ever happened to you before?
Can you repeat that whole statement? Because
Okay.
I
It says
kind of felt like I missed part of it, so I don't want to answer just yet.
Okay, so it says FOMO, or fear of missing out, also plays a role. If
Uh-huh.
everyone else is using social media sites and if someone doesn't join in, there's concern that they'll miss jokes, connections, or invitations. Missing experiences can create anxiety and depression when people look online and see
Yes.
that. Nice. And when people look online and see they're excluded from an activity, it can affect thoughts and feelings and can affect them physically.
Yes. Go back to your question. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, because
Answer.
that happened to me like twice.
I feel like as a person, I feel like I get it at least maybe once a month personally, because like as much as I try my best not to make friends and stuff, unfortunately it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And every time like I'll look on someone, it'll be like 4 friends who I've introduced to each other, like they met through me, and they're like, "Oh, we're going here." And I'm like, I ain't getting invited to go here. That's wild.
Yeah, or I didn't get the invite. You know what I mean?
Like they making all, and then when you meet them again, they're doing inside jokes. Like you definitely feel like you're missing out on something.
Definitely. And okay, the next part of this article talks about the vulnerability, which is something that I brought up earlier. It says that, the earlier teens start using social media, the greater the impact. The greater
So it
impact.
is on their mental health.
Yep.
I can definitely see it.
And it says this is especially true for females. While teen males tend to express aggression physically, females do so relationally by excluding others and sharing hurtful comments. Social media increases the opportunity for such harmful interactions. Sperling offers the example of a 7th grader whose best friend chooses a new best friend and posts pictures of the pair at the movies or on a weekend trip. 20 years ago, the girl may have been excluded from her best friend's activities, but she may not have known about it unless she was told explicitly, Sperling says. In addition to providing young people with a window through which they can view missed experiences, social media puts a distorted lens on appearances and reality. Here's another issue I have, right? It says Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat increase the likelihood of seeing unrealistic filtered photos at a time when teen bodies are changing. This is not even just for teenagers, it's also for adults too.
Mm-hmm.
It's also for adults. These filters be catching you. You know what I'm saying? And I told my
Catfishing for
nephew,
real.
honestly, one time my nephew was looking at a picture of, I think, some superhero, probably Thor or something like that. And he was like, look at this picture. And I'm like, dude, he doesn't really look like that. You know what I mean? Like that's all touched up and filtered so that way it can appeal to you. I see right through it, but you get caught in a genjutsu. You know what I mean? I think that's enough on that. So yeah, social media is the devil, bro. It's the devil. How can we?
It's
How
the
can we?
devil
What?
got a hold on me. Sorry, J. Cole. The pride is the devil.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know,
Um,
listen to music.
well, I couldn't. You were actually kind of breaking up at that point, but it is what it is.
It
Yeah,
was too loud for the microphone. I understand.
yeah.
Pride.
Turn your ass down, bro.
Nope, not happening.
Mm.
Like I
Social.
said, the pride is the devil, and I think it's got a hold on me.
Um,
Unless so many RIP.
are you gonna use social media more or less going forward?
Problem. So I kind of stopped using Instagram to post anything, and it's been very well for me. I only use it now, like to look at funny videos and stuff. So personally, I'll probably start using it less, even more than I have before as I get older. The only thing I kind of use every day is like Facebook Messenger, because I gotta keep in touch with people, and I'm in like 17 group chats that keep me awake at night.
I keep telling you to mute them all, but you don't listen to me.
I do mute them.
No, you don't.
I do. I have 14 muted. No, false. I have maybe 10 to 11 muted or deleted at this point.
Every group chat I'm in is muted. Every single one.
That's wild because you put me in two, and how you gonna mute it?
Listen, don't take it personal.
I'm taking it personal.
Don't take it personal. It's just standard, because if not, my
Black
phone,
man, I'm taking
my
it personal.
phone will be blowing up, son. Blowing up, and I don't need that. I don't need to.
I want you to know right now. In the words of Michael Jordan, I took that personally.
Listen, I'm in enough group chats as it is. I'm on my phone enough as it is.
That's a whole fact.
I don't need to be.
That's not wrong.
You know what I mean?
I'm on my phone enough as it is. I think I get so. I want you to know I have a thing on my phone that tells me what my average like screen time is on my phone for like the week.
Same.
And it tells me when it's down, when it's up.
Mm-hmm.
I had one time it said It said 12% up from last week. I was like,
right, same. And I was like, yeah, sounds about right. I can usually tell because if I watched a lot of YouTube videos that week, that's where it usually comes from. If it's videos, if I've watched a lot of videos that week, then I know it's gonna go up.
yeah.
So, but it's important that we take breaks from this thing, because if not, we'll go crazy. We'll go crazy. When's the last time you took a break from social media?
Last time I took a break?
Yeah, like maybe even deleted the app off your phone and say, you know what, I'm not gonna go on.
I don't think I ever took a break from like all social media things, personally.
Maybe you should. It can be therapeutic.
Probably.
Be real therapeutic. So you know what? I think I'm due for another one. I'm due for another social media break. Maybe for the whole month of July, I won't go on Facebook or whatever, because it's some bullshit. Come on, yo. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll let you know how it goes.
I mean, you got me on mess. You can text me. Let me know. Just also you gotta text our editor, Mr. Jeremy, now.
Oh yeah,
give him his proper respects.
Jeremy's part of the squad now. He's our well, can we call him an engineer?
You can call him engineer. You can call him whatever you want. You can call him third brother for all I care.
Well, eventually we're gonna have to get him on the show, but I think that 3 is a lot. You know what I mean? And we're due for another guest. We haven't had a guest in a while, sir.
I mean, I understand.
That's your fault, by the way.
You're not wrong.
It's definitely
you are absolutely not wrong, and you know I take pride and I take all responsibility for that. But I want it to be right.
It is right. We can anyway.
It's not right to my standards. Therefore, it's not right.
What do you mean it's not right to your standards?
I have my standards of how we do stuff. I don't talk about it that much, but I do have my standards.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe I can finally understand what goes on that empty head of yours.
That means I have to talk. And that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. I'm gonna let the insult slide this time. Because I literally had a conversation about with one of my friends about this. They were like, how come you don't talk when there's other people around? I was like, I don't like other people. And I don't like talking.
So then why are you on a podcast?
Because y'all like hearing my jokes. Like, y'all want me to do this. And you cannot look at me. You can look at the screen all you want. And you know this was your idea. And you got this idea after meeting me. It's like, I got to put this brother on the podcast with me.
No, actually. I think I got the idea from William, because William had a podcast first.
And you know
then
what? And
and
I asked for that podcast name from Will, and I never got it. If you want the honest truth,
he put it in the group chat. It's on his. I think he got it on SoundCloud, but
I personally never got it.
you never got it.
Also,
He
I
only, I
don't
think
think
he
I
only,
was in the group chat at that time.
uh, I think he, mm, I think he only did like 2 episodes, 2 or 3, and then you had the access to the whatchamacallit because we was doing a radio show at Lehman,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still
and
have
then
access to that radio show technically. You know,
well,
it's
why
funny.
didn't you
The
say
radio,
that?
huh?
Why have you never said that?
Because like I
Ooh,
that requires like I gotta be. We're going back to the part of me talking to people goes against my principle.
it goes against your religion.
Goes against
It's
my
against your
religion.
religion to talk to people.
You know how annoying it is to talk to new people.
Listen, you. That's how you become wiser, man. You talk to people, you
No, I
learn things
become
from them.
wiser by reading and learning
Hey,
and life experience.
of course, but you can't go through life experiences without talking to people.
That is completely false.
No, it's
Watch
not.
me. Like I could definitely go through a whole bunch of life experience without talking to people.
Not really. What kind of life experiences? Okay, you have very limited life experiences without talking to people. You don't have to talk to them on social media, but you got to talk to them in person.
I mean, in person, fine, yes. I don't
So,
want.
so then,
So you know how long it's been since I've been to Lehman? Like,
do you still know the director of the radio program, whatever?
think so. I gotta go. I gotta look. I gotta check on that one again. I got. He is on my social media. I could definitely message him to find out
Mm,
because he might have quit. He might have left. Honestly, like
mm,
he was also working at like TV stations.
mm.
You know, he could have definitely left and found a new job.
Well, hit him up on
But
Facebook. See what he says. Okay, I think that puts a wrap on it. I need to go to bed.
I mean, same. But like crack is but drugs though.
Crack is a hell of a drug. I wouldn't know because I've never taken crack before, never smoked it. Don't plan on it.
Sure. That's what you want to tell yourself.
I've never smoked crack a day in my life.
That man smoking crack right now.
Lies. You can see me
He
through the
does
screen.
cocaine.
Mm,
I'm telling you, mama. All right.
mm, mm.
I don't know how long this episode went, but we done.
Huh?
I was like, all right, we done. I'm done.
Okay.
I got no more jokes or insults right now, man.
Listen, just remind the people of the whatchamacallits.
Can't you do it?
No, that's your thing because you won this. Listen, we just went through a whole episode of why I hate social
All
media.
right, all right. Please, again, if you hear this and you want to give us any you want to give us any comments, you want to ask us any questions, if you have anything you want to say, you want to insult me, insult Jay, you want to insult Jay because he won't ever read it, and I'll read it out loud so he can fight me about it, and I'll probably agree with all insults anyway.
Hey,
Email us at excusemebrotherpodcast@gmail.com. Messages on Instagram at excuse_me_brother, and that's that's not it's with an A. No, it's BROTHA. That's on Instagram. You can DM, you can send any instant messages, anything we post up as a comment right under it. I think the last thing we posted was when we passed 500 downloads of all time, which is a very nice thing. Now we're going to 1,000.
yay to us.
Yay to
Yay to
us. And hopefully this one will be on YouTube and probably some other ones. That's for a different discussion. When I'm on more drugs than I am currently.
Whoa, what? Excuse me, brother?
Exactly, more than 0.
Oh. Okay,
Look,
well.
I'm not on drugs when we record this. Now, after we turn this off, I do take NyQuil.
The hell? Oh.
But I take NyQuil to help me sleep. Sometimes my allergies be killing me, and sometimes it be too. It is way too hot in New York. Like, as a personal note, I do not employ. This is why I left. This is why I don't go back to South Carolina. I can't sleep in this heat. I cannot. This heat is what causes crimes. Personal, like anything that's above 75, you're asking for a crime. You're asking for crime.
You are not lying at all.
This is what causes the crime rate to go up. It'd be like, oh, it's 79. It'd be like it's 82 degrees. Someone needs to get hit in the mouth.
Someone need to get shot.
There's no reason for it. Gang activity This is why gang activity is so high in Compton, because it'd be over 80 degrees every day in the summer over there. You understand the problems?
Mm.
And if it gets too hot, like in Las Vegas, because right now in Las Vegas is 100. When I looked at it, it was 107 degrees. That's too hot to do anything.
It is. It's dry heat. You know what I'm saying? It's not humidity like we get.
There's no such thing as dry heat. Heat is heat. I'm hot.
But there's humidity also.
This podcast is tired of this. Now I'm ranting about heat. So, till next time, till next week or in 2 weeks. Good night, good morning, good evening, and whenever you listen to this, have a good day. Peace.
Perfect.